All right, peoples. Give me a second just to double check that I'm streaming in the groups because last time this didn't work. So I just want to make sure I can hit that live button and we start going and rocking and rolling. It's probably not going to work again, but if it doesn't, I will send the link over to you guys from my personal page, and we will go from there. Bear with me a sec, guys, please. Here we go. All right. Now, where are my channels? Okay. Cool. It looks like we're good, but I don't know if we're in the groups. If we're in the groups, it looks like we are. Awesome. Okay. Perfect. Let me double check one more. Yep. And looks like good old Facebook has given me access back to the groups again, which is even more wonderful. All right. Cool. All right, guys and girls, thank you for popping on today. I really appreciate it. Hope you've had a great weekend, and I hope you've got some positivity for the start of the week. Sorry, one more second. If you do have any comments or you're watching this live, say good day down the bottom for me if you can. If I miss you, I'm sorry, but it'd be nice to know who's watching. I'm trying to give a little bit of value today on I've seen a lot of you guys in the groups talking about, I don't know when to start. I've been in the group for about 4 weeks. I haven't started. I'm concerned about starting, but what if I fail? Blah, 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 right? It's nothing not new that we haven't seen before. But I thought maybe today would be a good time for me to get on and give some wisdom and some advice on why this is happening. So grab a seat, grab a coffee. If you're mid-workout, keep your headphones in while I took your ear off for the next sort of 15 minutes. And as I said, if you are joining me live, say hello. Be good to know who's watching. And if you do get some value out of this, please, hey Mick, how are you, bud? If you do get some value out of this, please let me know in the comments what your take on was it. But today we're going to tackle something I see far too often when people start a transformation journey. And that's like the idea that you have to be perfect from day one. It's so common. Okay, absolutely so common. So what we see is that people get that mentality of if I mess up, I failed. Does that sound familiar? Like everybody starts like that. Okay. There's just been a massive clients we've had lately. Hey Steph, that I've seen comments after comment coming on saying, "Oh, I've been in the group for 4 weeks and I haven't really started." It's like, what's stopping you from starting? Like, you're paying money to be coached. Why are you stopping? So look, I get it. There's pressure from yourself. There's pressure from outside sources, friends, family. We all want results and we want them super fast. But the truth is, transformation, weight loss, fitness, anything like that, it's a messy progress, a really messy process, sorry. And messy progress is still progress. That's what people don't get through their heads. It's like, oh, I have to be perfect. You can't be perfect. You cannot have all this pressure on yourself, and it just holds you back from what you're trying to do the most, and that's become the best version of yourself possible. So I want you to know how we can break free from that all or nothing mentality. And that is like so common through both the groups. So yeah, I've read a lot of comments over the weekend about, trying to start this perfect journey. And let's face it, guys and girls, like, it's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be times where you're going to screw up. Shit's going to hit the fan. You're going to have a roadblock in the way. But that doesn't deter you from continuing on the journey. So there's a lot of probably people out there that have that old, excuse me, mentality of, well, I ate one cookie, so I may as well just eat the whole packet. Start on a Monday. Does this sound familiar, right? If you ever feel like you needed to restart every time life threw you off track, please listen on, because I want to dive in, and hopefully it hits home for some of you guys that just getting off your ass and doing a couple of little things is progress. It's much better than postponing or procrastinating this journey for any longer than it should be, because let's face it, most of you are here from a very long struggle with some form of nutrition or training or not knowing what to do. You've never been educated on it. So get you off your ass and start is the first and most important part. Imperfection. Okay, I hate the word perfection. It should not be in the dictionary. It's a word that it really annoys the shit out of me, because the old, what is it? Practice makes perfect is not true. Practice makes permanent. Practice makes permanent. So starting off is the hardest part. And the good news is you do not have to start perfectly. A lot of people will come on and say, "Hey, Angie." A lot of people will come on and say, "Hey, I can't do 10,000 steps. I can only do 5." Cool, that's better than 2. Oh, I can't eat 1,600 calories because, okay, eat 1,800 for starters, and then we'll get down to 1,600. Okay, that's messy progress. You do not have to follow it to a T. If you follow parts of it really, really well and you can't do the other bits, for example, you can't train or you can't get your steps in, it's still progress. Every pro was once a beginner. Even the guys that deadlift, 200 kilos struggled with an empty barbell, but they first off picked up a barbell, which is messy progress. Okay. If you have aspirations to lift heavy weights, you cannot go from 0 to 200 kilos in a week. It will never happen. It will absolutely, especially if you're a novice. So small actions, super messy ones, is still progress. It's still progress. I want to get that into your heads. Have you ever seen a baby come out of the womb and walk straight away? No. It has it. Messy progress. Crawl before you walk. Okay, so celebrate the fact that you started, because most people never do. That's embracing imperfection starts. Okay, so let's getting off our ass, moving, starting the program to as much as you can for the first 4 weeks is heaps more progress than doing fuck all and sitting here and saying, "Oh, I've been in the group for 6 weeks and I wasn't sure when to start." That's procrastinating. Okay, and this comes to my second point: the myth of perfect timing. Is there a perfect time to have children? No. Is there a perfect time to change a career? No. Is there a perfect time? No, there isn't a perfect time. There's always something around the corner ready to ruin your day or to deviate your progress. So waiting for the perfect time to start is a one-way ticket to never starting. So why are you waiting? Why are all these girls and guys in here going, "Oh, I've joined up to this program, but I've got to wait until Monday because I've got a birthday party"? No, start today. Like, you can still go to the birthday party. You can still have a couple of drinks, but you're 3 days ahead than you are on Monday. So why are we waiting? What's the perfect time? Life's always going to be chaotic. There will always be parties, weekends away, holidays, that sales rep that comes around to the office every week that brings you donuts, right? There's always going to be those that happen. Restricting them, having the willpower to not have them, that's progress. That's progress. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. So why aren't we moving our asses? Okay. You don't need all the answers. You don't need a full program. You just need to start. There is no such thing as perfect timing. It's an absolute myth. And going back to my point about perfectionism, especially with you ladies, and I don't know why it always happens with the women, must be, hey Kurt, it must be to do with genetics, I think. But more than anything, perfectionism is a fancy word for procrastination. We cannot be perfect. I'm not perfect. Surprise, surprise. I suffer day-to-days of some form of mental health issues, maybe, or maybe I'm just super fatigued and tired and I could be fucked cooking for the night and I want to have takeout. Does that mean that I'm falling apart? No, it just means that I'm listening to my mindset. Maybe I do need a refeed of some form of calories. Hey, Nikki, there is nothing wrong with accepting things happen and shit gets in your road. If you try and be perfect all the time, life is going to be absolutely boring and it will not happen. So we cannot have that all or nothing mindset. That's how you end up doing nothing instead of something. So progress over perfection. We've got to drum that into our heads from the start. And this goes for most of you guys and girls that have written those posts about, I've been here for 4 weeks and I haven't started. Like, why? Why aren't we starting? Like, slow, steady progress is more important than standing still. If we stand still, we lose time and we lose progress. So we cannot do it. Okay, we cannot do it. You can't save up for a house that's worth $500,000 in a week. It takes time. It's the same as transformation. One step, one mouthful, one calorie, one weight training session. They're all the steps to getting to the goal. So stop aiming for perfection and start aiming for just being that 1% better than yesterday or that hour ago or the day before. So going back to what I said before about setbacks, right? There's always going to be something that comes around the corner that ruins your day or sets you apart. Yeah, the donut lover, that's me, man. I love donuts, Mick. Learning from setbacks is the only way you're going to get experience in moving forward. So when you fuck up, when you fail, when you slip up, it's going to happen. Acknowledge it and look back and say, what can I do different next time to not do it again? And then what can I do after to move forward? So most of you have probably had a binge on the weekend, right? Hands up if you've had one. Probably, 50% of the people in our group. What do you do after that? Do you go for the rest of the week going, well, I've screwed up Sunday, now Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday may as well be a big failure and I'm just going to go and eat everything I can and drink everything I can for the next 5 or 6 days? No. What you do after you fail determines what's going to happen next. If you've had a high calorie meal or you've had some sneaky bevies and you've gone over your calorie count for the weekend, you can start fresh on Monday. You're not starting from the beginning. You're just starting from where you left off. It's like the old saying, if you get one flat tire on a car, would you go and slash all the other, all 3 other tires just out of spite? Because, I may as well fail the whole thing. No, you just change the tire and move on. It's the same thing as eating a high calorie meal. Acknowledge it, enjoy it. The experience is probably worth it. Use the calories as extra energy the next day for a gym session, but start fresh on the next day. Progress is made by getting back on track, not staying stuck in guilt. Progress is made by getting back on track and not staying stuck in guilt. If we bury ourselves in guilt, we're going to be surrounded in guilt. It's like when you have 5 friends that are deadbeats, technically you'll be the 6th. So if you bury yourself and stay stuck in guilt, you'll end up feeling guilty all the time. So don't acknowledge it. Take an L, learn from it, and move for it. Every setback is a lesson and not a failure. Every setback is a lesson and not a failure. Sort of want to wrap this up with a couple of points. The power of starting small. The problem with most of us is that we have a big goal in sight. It might be 15 kilos, it might be 30 kilos, it might be to deadlift, it might be to, run a marathon. To get to that goal, we have to have small steps. You cannot climb a mountain in one jump. You have to take small steps to a certain level, and then small steps to another level, and then small steps to another until we get to the top. So we cannot go from 0 to the top of the mountain in one step. Okay, so small, consistent steps trump short perfection over time. But having those small, consistent steps and not celebrating those wins, you don't realize the actual power of those small steps getting to the big goal. It is all well and good having 20 kilos as your weight loss goal, feeling good, your confidence levels comes up. But if you don't lose 1 kilo, you won't get to 20 kilos. So focusing on those small steps to start with will really increase your attention to the transformation progress. Walking 10 minutes is better than skipping the gym because you didn't have an hour. Good point. Drinking 1 glass of water is better than saying, I'll start hydrating on Monday. Tiny habits compound over time. The goal isn't to overhaul your life in a moment. It's to make small changes, small habits that are going to stick for a lifetime. Okay, what you're doing at the moment with change and transformation is you're trying to become the best version of yourself possible, physically, mentally, spiritually. Small steps compound over time. You cannot do it overnight. It's going to take a long time. It took me 15 years to lose the weight I needed to get my headspace into the ability that it is at right now. 15 years. I maintain plus or minus 3 kilos every year with my body weight. I feel comfortable in my skin. My confidence, my self love, my self care is all prevalent. That's because those small steps over 15 years were the ones that got me to the end goal. And I celebrate those all the time. So being mindful that setbacks are going to happen, chaos will always prevail. Kids are going to, get sick, something's going to happen, you're going to get a flat tire. All those things are going to happen in life, but that doesn't stop you from moving forward. Small steps create small habits. Over time, become big habits, become normality, and then you're actually in a flow state where everything starts to come together. So here's the takeaway. Weight loss or transformation isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up. It's about doing something and letting messy progress be good enough. If you've been waiting drinks that you've had, maybe you've let yourself down mentally, stop it, learn from it, move on. What can I do better next time to not do that again? And what can I do tomorrow or right now to change that mindset? So drop a comment if this hit home. If you know someone that really needed to hear that, tag their name in this as well. There's probably a few girls that I've read posts about today that are commented about, I've been here for so long and I haven't started, and I'm worried about this and I'm worried about that. Fucking worry about it. Just get into it. Like, just start. Just do that first 2,000 steps. Just drink that first 1 liter of water. Just eat those calories a little bit less each and every single day. Be mindful of yourself. Be a little bit more confident. Have some self-love and self-care. Messy progress is still progress. Keep going. You got this. All right? You got this. Thanks for listening to me grovel on this morning. Hopefully you got some value out of it. Like I said, please drop a comment if you did. If you've got any questions or you want to jump on a call with me because you're struggling with getting started, please send me a message. I'll be more than happy to help you. I don't want to see people getting scared to move forward. Okay. Now, you're welcome, Gina. I'm glad that you got something out of it, mate, and you needed this today. What's stopping you, Gina? Like, that's the thing. If you needed this today, something's slowing you down or stopping you from moving forward. Is it perfectionism? Is it maybe I don't understand what I need to do? That's another thing, guys and girls. If you're not sure of the next steps, ask your coach. Drop a message in the success team and ask us. We'll be there to help you and guide you along the way. If something's not right or you're not understanding something, ask a question. I said this in the kickoff call. The view behind me would be the Bahamas if I was a mind reader, but I'm not. So if you don't ask those so-called silly questions that you think are the dumbest things, they're not dumb. We've had thousands and thousands of questions asked thousands and thousands of times, and we've still got the same answer for all those. But if you're not sure, generally that's why you're not getting stuck into it. So just take one small step today. If you're one of those people that is, dipping the toe into the water at the moment, you've signed up for this program, you're getting a bit scared. It's cool. I get it. I understand. I've been there. Just jump in the fucking water. Just swim to the edge. You don't have to do 100 laps. Just do 1 lap. And then tomorrow we do 2 laps. And tomorrow, the day after that, we do 3 laps. Small progress, small habits compound over time. So again, thank you for listening to me grovel and drivel away. Again, please drop a comment down the bottom if you have any feedback you'd like to give me. If there's something that's on your mind that you don't understand, we're more than happy to help out in the coming weeks. But yeah, just get your ass into gear and do something. Just do something small. And chances are you'll have a little bit more success in the coming weeks and you'll be a bit more happier where you